We're here to see the all-new 2019 Blazer. Welcome to the Fast Lane truck.
No.
What?
This new 2019 Chevrolet Blazer, it's a crossover. You're watching the Fast Lane car. Here are the 10 things you need to know. The number 10 thing you need to know about the brand new 2019 Blazer, it's no longer body on frame. It is a unibody vehicle based on the GMC Acadia. That means it's a little bit bigger than the Chevrolet Equinox, a little bit smaller than the Chevrolet Traverse. 6 little letters, Blazer, along the side here. That's a significant nameplate for Chevrolet, and it really does conjure up images of off-roading and trucks. This is not a truck, this is a crossover. Now, GM told us that they're targeting vehicles like the Ford Edge with this new Blazer. But in the past, starting since 1969, GM was really targeting vehicles like the Ford Bronco, the International Scout, in some cases even the Jeep CJ. This is a complete shift in Blazer mentality. Was there any consideration in making this vehicle solid axle body on frame from the get-go?
Not necessarily, because this is a different time, right? And the efficiency of the product, both in fuel economy as well as packaging and everything else, demands a much more integrated package.
The new Blazer starts with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with a rating of 193 horsepower and 188 pound-feet of torque. But this is the engine you want in the Blazer. This 3.6-liter is rated at 305 horsepower and 269 pound-feet of torque. Both engines are mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and of course, front-wheel drive is available to start, but a sophisticated all-wheel drive system with twin clutches is also available.
So essentially what happens is that when you have it in all-wheel drive mode and the vehicle can perform very efficiently without the all-wheel drive mode, the prop shaft and the PTU are not spinning at that point in time. So you don't get those losses.
So it's a front-wheel drive bias system.
Right. Twin clutch system is basically an intelligent system that vectors the output between left-hand side and right-hand side of the vehicle, because when you're driving, especially in low coefficient of friction conditions, it transfers power proportionately to that wheel, so you can get traction and not use lose the back end of the vehicle.
Next on our list is comfort and convenience features here in the new 2019 Blazer. Well, first off, we've got automatic heated steering wheel and seats in order to give that perfect blend of hot but not too hot, or so they say. We also have a very Camaro-esque interior with these round vents, and we may not have an electronically locking rear differential, but we do have an electronically locking glove box.
They've made the Blazer almost as wide as the Traverse. It's about an inch narrower, so there's a lot of space in the back. I'm 6'2", and even with this panoramic sunroof, I'm really comfortable back here. The rear seat also moves back and forth. There's a 40-60 split, about 5 inches of movement, which is a lot. And in the back, let me show you. Chevrolet is using their latest cargo management system with these rails, and if you fold the seats down, there is 64.2 cubic feet of total cargo volume. which is a really great number for a mid-size crossover.
In the past, many Blazers have looked like proper body-on-frame trucks. They've been square, they've been bold, they've been muscular. This new Blazer looks completely different. It doesn't look like any Blazer we have seen in the past. It really looks like a blend between a 2017 Jeep Cherokee, the new Hyundai Kona, and maybe a little bit of Camaro thrown in as well. Take a look. The daytime running lamps are separate from the headlamps. This is the new rage. This is a new trend. Wheel-wise, the standard wheel is an 18-inch. A 21 is available on this new Blazer as well. Imagine that in 1969 when the K5 debuted, a 21-inch wheel.
One of the requirements from a design standpoint was to get the hood line to be lowered so that it can be in line with the belt line on the side of the vehicle. Now typically when you see an SUV, the construction is that the hood is propped up a little bit above the belt line because you have head impact requirements for pedestrian protection and other things. And one of the issue is that the position of the hood hinge. It's right here usually. So what we came up with was a very intricate design of the hood hinge, and it's parked right below the A-pillar so that it doesn't even exist in the head impact zone. And it allowed us to lower the hood, so when you drop the hood, you can see that this is all in one line.
Fuel economy has not yet been announced, but since this vehicle is kind of similar in size to an Acadia, you should expect around 23 mpg combined with a 4-cylinder engine.
Stepping inside the Blazer, we see the new Chevrolet Infotainment 3 system. It is 8 inches diagonally. It's a pretty large system, and it works pretty well on the face of it. We haven't played with it too much, but it's very Google-esque, very Apple-esque. We also have integrated safety features in the new Blazer, such as forward collision avoidance.
Just chilling in the new Blazer.
Chilling in the new Blazer.
But remember, in April, Jeep sold about or just over 27,000 Wranglers.
That's crazy to me, Andre.
Right?
Yeah, a body-on-frame convertible SUV outsold the Honda Accord in April and almost outsold the Toyota Camry.
But Chevrolet is doing something completely different. They're using the nameplate, the classic Blazer name, on this midsize crossover.
Well, that's my question. If Jeep was so successful with the Wrangler, why did GM decide to use the Blazer nameplate on a crossover instead of going with a SUV or body-on-frame vehicle like we thought they would? This Blazer is full of the modern tech you'd come to expect in 2019. Take a look at that little forward-facing camera. We have collision avoidance, lane departure, adaptive cruise control. It's all available in this new Blazer.
This is a mid-size crossover, so once in a while you gotta tow something, right? And the rating on this 19 Blazer is 4,500 pounds maximum with the V6. It's a good number, but there's some other mid-size crossovers that can tow about 5,000 pounds.
Pricing and fuel economy have not yet been announced on this Blazer, but GM tells us that this vehicle will be available in early 2019.
The focus of these outlets was optimized so that the driver comfort is not compromised. And you can see little convenience features like the USB outlets, the micro USB and the the regular USB outlet.
Yeah.
It's backlit around the perimeter, so even at nighttime, if you want to plug in your phone, you don't have to fumble around. It's right there. This is also a wireless charger in here.
Great. Very similar to a Camaro.
Design-wise,
The inspiration came from the Camaro, and you can see some of the, the controls here. They're also very similar.
I figured it out.
You single-handedly figured out the Blazer, huh?
Yes. The Equinox is too small.
Yep.
The Traverse is too big.
Okay.
This is a 5-seater crossover that Chevrolet's been missing from the market in a long time, and they made it wider, lower, and more sporty.
That may be so, Andre, but it's got a very classic nameplate on it, Blazer, right? And in the past, Blazer has competed with vehicles like the Ford Bronco, the International Scout, even vehicles like the CJ, which became the Wrangler. So why are they using the Blazer name on this crossover?
Actually, I did not figure that out.
No, I don't think you figured it out. Well, guys, let us know what you think in the comments below.
And go back to tflcar.com for more news, views, and
Real world Blazer sitting in reviews.
yep.